Aswand, Cruickshank, and one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else. Felt great today. Felt great because it hit the goal in timely fashion, in a good time, at a good pace. But more importantly, I'm back at it at Bradley Park out here in West Palm Beach. Beautiful, look at the scenery, guys. It is absolutely gorgeous and lovely out here. Always look forward to these Saturday morning runs. Shout out to Dwayne and Pure Vita. About to jump in this cold tub and get up in the sauna after this. And then, because it is a Saturday, you already know what I'm about. Saturday in September, it's all about college football. Got a big one. My Michigan Wolverines got the biggest test that they've had in some time now. All right, we got them Longhorns coming to Ann Arbor, and they coming and they mean business. I ain't even gonna front on y'all. As a Michigan fan, this one I'm a little on the edge about this one, you know, because we have just won a championship. We just off an undefeated season. We're kind of in that championship hangover. The hangover will officially end today if we don't come with our shit and come ready to handle business against these Longhorns. Because you gotta understand, Texas feels like they should have been in that championship game, and obviously the Texas faithful kind of looking back at it and saying, man, if it was us against the Michigan Wolverines, would the result have been different? So, you know, there's a lot of motivation on the Texas Longhorn side because of the fact that they didn't win a year ago and we won. So we got to find things to motivate us. So that's why, you know, again, as a Michigan fan, win, lose, or draw, you know I'm going to ride with my guys no matter what. But we got to bring it this week. All right, this is a big one. It's the first test, first time for the new head coach, all that stuff, man. So I'm excited to see it. I'm going to watch it over there with I'll give you guys the update tomorrow about my thoughts about how the game went and all that kind of stuff. But as far as today's Move Swiftly thought, I want to take you back about 3 days ago now when I was serving jury duty this past Wednesday. And one of the things that every time I go and do jury duty, you know, things are made apparent to me when it comes to the legal system, the justice system, and how it all works. You know, how certain things, how just the legal matters work and how things are actually moved forward in our country, in our world, and just the laws and the things that we have to abide by. I'm always picking up on little things, whether it's the attorney that's brand new, whether it's the defendant, whether it's the judge that's laying out the rules that was an attorney and worked his way up to be a judge. It's always little things that I'm picking up that I can apply to my business and that I'm always willing to share with anyone who's willing to listen, right? So this time it started out right at the jump because there were a lot of potential jurors. There was a total of 69 people that could have been picked to be 8 jurors. All right, so obviously our chances were pretty good to not get picked, but 69 people is a lot of people to fit in one courtroom and organize and, you know, make sure that every single person is doing it the right way and we have the right people and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, filtering them out can be a very tedious process. So I remember when they initially called all 69 of us to actually be jurors or potential jurors, and the bailiff was, you know, he just brought everybody out. First, they started out by calling names, and they simply just brought everybody out, and they said, all right, this is all 69 of you guys. And then I went to him and I asked him, what do you need? My name? What do you need? Do you need my license? Do you need proof that I'm really me? He goes, no. Trust me, there's a method to the madness. There's a system that we have in place that's going to allow it for everything to run smoothly. And, you know, we're going to line you guys up. We're going to give you guys a number. That way you guys know your number. When you get in the courtroom, the judge is going to know your number. And then the attorneys have a copy of your number and all that kind of stuff. So the reason I'm bringing all this to your attention, before I get to the conclusion here, let me just explain to you how it actually happened. So all 69 of us, the bailiff puts all 69 of us in a row, 1 through 69. He makes sure we remember our number, right? And then when we get into the courtroom, all of us were seated by that specific number. We're all sitting next to the person who had that specific number, right? So by the time it became time for us to sit in the courtroom, get the jurors picked and have questions answered, and if anyone had conflicts and anything like that, all of that stuff was systematized because when we sat in the way the courtroom was, the judge already had a copy of the seating chart. The attorneys had a copy of the seating chart, and it had the number next to where we were sitting, right? So everything was systematized from the judge to the attorneys to the bailiffs all the way to us, to where now we knew exactly where we were. And if we had a conflict, if we had a situation, the name was right there, the number was right there, and everything was confirmed. So nothing actually got out of whack. And now here's the conclusion now. The reason I'm explaining that to you guys is when you're building your business and you're trying to market and outreach and do a lot of the things that you need to be doing in regards to your KPIs and figuring out what your KPIs actually are. Those are key performance indicators if you don't know what that means. When you're trying to figure out what they are, it's all about systematizing everything, turning every single thing you do into a system. So if you get a sale of a book, you have to know how you got that sale, where you got the sale from, what was the performance, what was the thing you did, what was this thing you said in that specific email that got that person to respond, and then just continue to work that system. When you systematize everything, you're able to let go of a lot of the tedious work that you would have to do to build a business and only focus on the revenue generating points of the business versus you trying to go about and make every single sale when your systems that you've decided to put in place should be making the sales for you, and you could focus on your money making skills. That's what you have to do, and that's why I wanted to make sure I brought all of this to your attention. Make sure you're systematizing whatever you can to build your business so that when everything is systematized, you're able to wake up and just focus on your money-making skills, build off those money-making skills, outsource the system of everything, and then move forward in the way you want to move forward. All right. All that being said, if you need help building your systems in regards to keeping your staff together, keeping a cohesive and a very trustworthy, we'll say cohesive, trustworthy, and motivated staff. If you want all of that, make sure you head over to makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. It's a one-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.